All right, what is going on, guys? So I just got done watching the latest episode of Everything EOS, and this is actually my third time watching the episode. If you guys haven't checked that episode out, definitely make sure to watch that video before you watch this video. It breaks into a new concept called child chains, and just watching that video, I definitely feel like before I watched the video, I had a pretty good understanding or grasp of how the Dapp network operates. But after I watched that video, I definitely feel like my level of understanding has actually gone even higher. And so I kind of want to make this video to just sort of share what more I learned about child chains and sort of where I see the Dapp network going this year. So, in the video, it's pretty much Benny, Eve, and of course Zach is there, and they're talking about a lot of stuff. But the child change is mostly what I want to stay on point with. But so basically, the child chains, to my understanding, is pretty much a chain, a EOS IO version of another chain that is running that can be controlled or run by DSPs. So you have the full power of the feeless, high power, high throughput EOS IO software running and being controlled by a DSP or several DSPs and possibly several geographical locations. So this is very interesting because finally it allows a way for you to be able to have unlimited amounts of processing power. You know, if you are bogged down for whatever reason on the main net, now enterprise companies should be able to use and utilize these child chains and pretty much use, and this is the analogy that comes to my head, I call it the magic mirror of the Dapp network, because without getting into the technicals, if you want to learn more about the technicals, definitely go and read the blogs just about how they use IPFS to make this possible. But basically, anything that happens on these child chains can be mirrored to the mainnet and can be proven on the mainnet. So it's like everything that you're doing, that's the breakthrough of Liquid Apps. That is the breakthrough, in my opinion, of the Dapp network, is the fact that anything you do now on these child chains can be proven on the main chain and exist also on the main chain. Eve really made it very clear to me when he started comparing the Bitcoin Lightning network and pretty much demonstrating the differences from a accounting perspective. You know, and not only is this good because it allows for ultimate scalability, and what Benny was talking about is now we have the ability to have real-time gross settlement, massive real-time gross settlement for thousands, millions, whatever. Like, we have ultimate scalability because of this ability to mirror everything onto a parent or mainnet consensus layer. Another thing as well that I found interesting was that if you ever read the EOS white paper, Dan Larimer talks a little bit about the Burritos Principle, and he also talks about pretty much how he arrived at the number of block producers being 21. That number may sound arbitrary, but it's actually not. There's actually a good bit of thought that went into the number of 21 block producers, which the mainnet currently has 21 block producers. But it came to my mind as a thought, if the Dapp network is going to continue to grow, if we're going to continue to get more and more DSPs, more products, more services, it's not hard for me to see that there's going to be a global network of possibly thousands of DSPs. So, you know, wouldn't it also be possible to run a child chain that utilizes more than 21 DSPs, which would then, I guess, in a sense, if they are geographically distributed, and you would be able to choose that. Obviously, your cost would go up. It would cost more Dapp tokens to have all these DSPs running. But for certain applications, well, then maybe that could be advantageous for you, and you would be able to have certain applications that require a large amounts of Dapp tokens and require large amounts of DSPs to make it more and more decentralized. And that goes back to what Benny was talking about as far as decentralization being a spectrum that pretty much now the Dapp network has allowed anybody to turn like a knob, essentially allowing you to choose just how much decentralization you want to have. Or you're comfortable here, you need this, your Dapp needs this, okay, boom. And now you have the ability to have all these products and services running under one framework, and that is super powerful and super interesting. And I think, you know, I didn't get it the very first time, and I think I understand it better now. Anybody understand it better? Or if I missed something, please let me know if I'm misinterpreting anything. But that's how I see it. I see the Dapp network ultimately being able to have ultimate scalability, not only between EOS but all the other blockchains as well. Although I do see EOS being a main beneficiary just because of the power of the EOS IO software. But now, because of the ability of the Dapp network to sort of mirror in real time to these child chains, it's going to really, I mean, we're really here. Like, I really do believe that within this year, we'll start seeing these enterprises, we'll start seeing these institutions who have wanted to utilize blockchain but have been confused, but have not understood, have not had the technical reference, they have not had the tools to be able to utilize blockchain, are finally going to be able to utilize it, and they're finally going to be able to do it in a way that is going to be congruent with their SLAs, and is going to allow for no downtime, and is going to be powerful, efficient. And I think the Dapp network is just going to continue to grow. So I'm super excited, guys. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.